Hi, this is Tim with InventOffice and InflatableOffice, and I want to go through a new feature that we just added and released not too long ago. We call it organizations, and I'll just get started here. So you've always been aware that you can set an organization on a customer profile or a lead, and now you can kind of group and collect those different things together. So as an example, you'll see that we've loaded all the different organizations that we've ever typed into Inflatable Office in this account. You can type your own in, or you can just select one. If you select one, you'll see that in this search box down here, we're going to put this in and we're going to automatically search for you any that we think might match and maybe that you'd want to add. So I'm going to add that one. Now in this case, I know that there's someone else that I want to add, but she's not showing up, so I'm just going to type her name in and add her in as well. So that doesn't change the profile, it doesn't change the organization on the profile, but it does tie that profile to this organization that we're looking at. So one of the other things that you can do now is set some payment terms. Now if you have OpenEdge, you can do automatic billing, and we've done some of that with our automations for people, but you can also do it in here now. And I suppose if you're already using the automations for auto billing, we'll probably want to review that with you and make sure that you're not trying to bill the customer more than once by setting it up here as well. So historically, Inflatable Office has been on a per lead basis generally, the way you're billing and dealing with documents and so forth. This organization stuff kind of changes that, or at least allows for you to use more of an account style billing and documents and so forth. So you can see here the default is per lead billing, and if you're not using the recurring billing, the OpenEdge stuff where you can actually auto bill, then what you can use this stuff for is putting in your templates some of these new variables here. Let me just find them. And these new variables, which are right here, what they'll do is they'll kind of paste in some information about how your billing is set up. So it's more informational. So if you're not using the auto billing, at least it is still useful in that way. So you can do an edit to either one of these. When you edit them, it allows you to change your default settings, no matter what organization you're looking at. Or if you want to set it specific to this organization, and you have different options here. So maybe you want to bill a week after the start date of the event. That would probably not make sense for the deposit, but maybe the balance or something like that, you would do that. So anyway, the other option, other than per lead, is per account. And like I said, what this organization stuff does is it allows you to treat your customers in more of an account style, where maybe you have something that's out long term and you would like to bill the customer monthly. You can pick what day of the month you want to bill, and it will just bill them for that last month's use. So we also have released, and I think we did a video on it as well, recurring events and leads and jobs. And so you can have those recur and it'll automatically create those over time. And then this side of it will do the billing for you as well. So we're kind of bringing all those different pieces and parts together to make it easier to manage some of the long-term events that you might have. So I'm going to go ahead and save this because there's one more thing I want to show you here. We're going to see another section pop up here once we save. So let me save that. And here we go. We see this lead section. So the lead section doesn't show when you're picking customers when you're starting, because otherwise it would move the screen around on you, and we didn't want to do that to you, so that you can stay and pick your customers. But if I were to add a new customer now, you can see that it just refreshes the leads thing. There happened to be no leads with that person, so it didn't really matter. But you can see we have quick filters here. So unfiltered shows everything that would have happened in the past, everything that's coming in the future, anything that's open or closed. Closed meaning they've paid everything, right? So these are open, they still owe money. So so there's a couple different things that we use to support this, and that you make it possible for you to work with this. For one, we have an invoice that you can send out. This is just allowing you to view the invoice right here. So if you send an invoice out to these people, this company account, you'll see that it's actually doing like a lead loop instead of a rental loop. We're putting each of the different events here. So, and we're doing the total. And then when they pay on it, we actually will apply the payments to the leads. If they don't pay the entire amount, we will pay off the first lead first and kind of just go down the line. So we have a new page here for you called the invoice page. If you send a single lead to this, it will load a single lead invoice template. So in your contract templates, you do have the ability to customize that. That would be this account statement template. So if you wanted to add that and customize it, you could. We've also added a couple other things. So if we go to the email center first, I'll show you that we have added a account statement. Let's see here. Oops, excuse me. So the customer account statement right here. So you can make that active. This will send out, and I'm going to go ahead and do that to show you something else I want to show you. This will send out during automatic billing. So it'll give them basically a statement of what they just paid for. And we also have the ability, if you're over here, when you've filtered these and you click email, whatever's in that filter is going to show up, and you can actually email out that same invoice that we were just looking at there. So it'll bring that one up by default. You can obviously change it to other ones that you might have. So we're not going to do that right now. So the other thing I wanted to show you was a couple other things that we did here. We also have another email called payment declined. Because we're doing more automatic billing, we really needed a good way for people to see and be alerted when their payment didn't work. So this is one that would go to your customer, letting them know their payment did not go through, and obviously you'd want to probably put a link in here so they can go ahead and pay. We also have an alert for any of the admins. So down here we have a payment declined alert that you can turn on that would alert you as an admin. And these are only on the automatic payments. These are not on any payments that you would be trying to do manually, because you would know right away if it declined or not. So anyway, this is kind of a quick overview of what we've done with our new organizations stuff. And there will be more to come, and I'm sure more questions and use cases that will adapt this to work better for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that, and like I said, send us some feedback and we'll be happy to make improvements for you.